It's the day we've all been waiting for. We are almost at opening day. If you're listening on Thursday, the Astros play the New York Mets. We're going to talk about our projected lineup for opening day. Cam Smith, the aircraft carrier, has taken port in Houston. We've got a lot to talk about. The New York Mets are in town. Let's get started right now.
Jainer Diaz, this is Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on X at Eric Talk Stros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Brett, where can you find you at?
They can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on X, Instagram, and TikTok. They can find me at Stros411 on X, on Facebook and Instagram, and at Back to the Bullpen on X, on Instagram, and on iHeartRadio and YouTube. Look, I'm always positive, always Stros.
Hey, guys, thank you for making us your first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and check us out. And we're trying to get to 14,000 subscribers. All we need is you to hit that little red button down there that says subscribe. It takes a second, and it'll help us a lot. So go and tell a friend. And hey, guys, it's opening day. Are you excited? The title for today is The Great Unknown, The Unknown 2025, whatever you want to call it. This is one of the few seasons that we don't really know about any of these players. We know about some of them, but so many of them are new. So many of them are playing different positions. This is going to be a definitely an odd season for the Houston Astros, but a lot of people, Brett, are already counting the Astros out. I'm not talking in Houston, but I'm talking across baseball. And so we'll have to see what the season brings. But I know you got to do the podcast yesterday. I was spending some time with my family, but Cam Smith made the opening day roster. Ken Rosenthal today basically came out and said, I'm excited about this, but are the Astros rushing him? Not necessarily offensively, but defensively. He hasn't played this position. He's only played 32 professional games, and now you're going to go ahead and throw him in a new position. So not only is he going to have to learn big league pitching, but he's going to have to learn a whole new position. This is unfair to ask a 22-year-old. And so these are just parts of the unknown. But hey, guys, whatever we're going to say, it's opening day. So however you celebrate, do it safe, and let's celebrate.
Yeah, definitely. Cam Smith being on the opening day roster is definitely something that Astros fans are talking about, and most are loving it. There's a lot of people that are cautiously optimistic. Look, with his makeup, with the way he's talked about things, with the way I think this kid can develop, he's young, he's smart, he is a coachable kid. He seems to be that kid. He is the exception to the rule. And, there's a phrase, it's never been done before. Well, they only say that until it's actually been done. And he could be the guy that does a lot of things in his career that have never been done before. Now, I'm not putting this kid on a Hall of Fame trajectory already. I'm not trying to put the cart before my horse, before the horse, or get too far over my skis. But I think there is a realistic expectation that you will see him struggle at some point in the year, and not just it's not about whether he'll struggle, it's when he'll struggle. Because if Major League Baseball Hall of Fame production offensively is hitting the ball 30% of the time, that means 70% of the time those Hall of Famers failed, and everybody else failed more than 70% of the time. So he's going to fail more than he succeeds. The question is he going to succeed enough to put him in that Rookie of the Year talk? If he does not, let's say he struggles, let's say he comes in on fire the first week of the season, killing it, hitting 340, 320, and then he cools off. The question is, how does he adjust, or how does he react whenever he's going through those tough moments. We've seen Altuve. We've seen Bregman. We've seen Yordan Alvarez. We've seen these guys struggle. It takes a spark to get a fire started. We saw how Yordan famously got out of a slump by bunting after the instructions of his father saying, why don't you bunt and get on base? And so right. Cam Smith appears to have the mentality, and I think that Cam Smith is going to overall have a successful year. Let's think back to Spencer Arrighetti last year. Let's think back to Hunter Brown and his struggles. I mean, we've had rookies that have had struggles. Alex Bregman, rookie struggles. So he's going to have a part of the season where, folks, he's not going to be pleasing to the eye, but he is Cam Smith, and he is a guy that even Cubs fans now are coming to our show saying, a Cubs fan commented today, I went and he goes, I purchased a Cam Smith Astros jersey. I'm that much of a fan of him. I'm glad y'all got him.
Yeah, I'm glad that he actually is going to wear number 11. I think I knew that he was not going to wear number 90. That's too high. You're not going to give that to a player that you have high hopes for. That's typically for a rookie that you don't expect to make the team. So now that he's made the team, he's got number 11. So go out and get your jerseys, whether it's the new jerseys or the traditional Astros jerseys. Go out there and get your number 11 jerseys. But you're going to have to be patient. This guy is not only learning a new position, but he's going to be learning how to hit big league pitching. And so not too many players have done this. And you're talking about somebody like John Oldred. He's gone out there and he didn't go to he didn't go to minor leagues at all. Ryan Johnson, he's a pitcher that is going to be actually making his debut with the Angels this year. He's not going to have spent any time in the minor leagues, but most hitters go through that minor league process to kind of refine their hitting. And so Cam Smith is going to have to learn on the fly and how he adjusts, how he adapts to. You're talking about probably a guy that's never failed in his life. And so how he adjusts to possibly failing. Let's say he gets off to a slow start. How is he going to adjust to that? And I know he's gone through slumps throughout his life, but it's different when the bright lights are on and everything like that. And so I think that you have to be patient with him. You have to understand that this is a growing process, and he may not make all the great plays in right field. You just got to be patient. That's why the big title, it's not just on Cam Smith. It's a big unknown. We don't know what to expect from him. We have high expectations, but we got to understand that he is just somebody that was playing college baseball at this time last year.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you'd mentioned John Olerud earlier. I remember John Olerud. He was the guy that famously wore the helmet at first base when he played for the Blue Jays and came up because he had I believe he had a brain surgery at one time. But get this, John Olerud played 15 major league seasons or 17 major league seasons, Eric. He was a 2-time World Series champion. He was a 3-time Gold Glover, 255 home runs. He had a 295 average. His postseason, he was 278, 465 slug, 2,239 hits. I mean, this guy had a career, Eric. He was really good. And if Cam Smith can even do John Olerud type stuff, I think he's got the tools to be able to do even more. John Olerud was awesome. I remember him. I remember, I've got 2 or 3 pages full of John Olerud cards in one of my old 90s era baseball card collection binders. But I like how you called everything like you're talking about the big unknown this year. Because there are a lot of unknowns. Mm-hmm. This is the first time, I forget what the time frame is, but the first time since like 1982 that 2 outfielders in the same outfield have started in a new position and it being the outfield. So no other major league team has done that since 1982 with Altuve and Cam Smith. So yeah, I mean, this is the big unknown, but I think it's going to be a really fun season because there's so many storylines. And I think people are sleeping on the Astros. And I want everybody to pick the Rangers to win the West. Just keep picking the Rangers, keep picking everybody else. We'll just prove ourselves by winning.
They're probably going to have to rotate a lot of guys in center field because Jake Myers, he's going to get tired having covered a lot of field in center field. But guys, we'll go and continue this conversation next on the Locked On Astros podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better way to get in the action than with Prize Picks, the best place for daily fantasy sports. With Prize Picks, you pick more or less on at least 2 player projections. If you're right, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. That's right. Whether it's strikeouts by Framber Valdez, whether it's RBIs by Cam Smith, or whether it's first inning runs by a Yordan Alvarez bomb, Prize Picks keeps every game exciting. This week, I'll tell you right now, I'm picking Yordan Alvarez with 1 or more home run. I'm going to go with Shohei Ohtani in LA with at least 1 stolen, actually more than 1 stolen base. And the thing is, it's fast and simple to set a lineup up. It takes less than 60 seconds. When you win, your payout is quick, safe, and secure. I always take advantage of the Taco Tuesday, where Prize Picks offers discounts on select player projections on even more value. So download the app today. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. And this episode is also brought to you by Supply House. You heard me talk about Supply House. You need to shop there, supplyhouse.com, for all your plumbing, HVAC, and electrical product needs. Use a code SH5 for 5% off your first order. If you are one of the pros in this industry, you get a dedicated phone line. You get to talk to real people, and you get fast and easy shipping anywhere you are, coast to coast. You don't have to be in a certain area. It is great for all seasons. That's right. Exclusive perks. Outside of free shipping, you also get discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. And with over 200,000 parts on inventory with 400 plus total brands, you'll find exactly what you need. So join the Trademaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com.
Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go ahead, subscribe to us, make us first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and check us out. It's opening day. We've been waiting all off season, especially after the early exit versus the Tigers last year. But now it's here. Now it's a fresh start. Now we can go ahead and try to win the AL West again, go ahead and try to get back to the ALCS and see where the Astros can go from there. I know a lot of people across baseball are kind of down on the Astros. Maybe the Astros don't have the team that they used to, but it's all about those big unknowns. There's a lot of unknowns. The bullpen, there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of people are like, wait, who is he? Luis Contreras? Who's this guy? And you've got a lot of names that you don't really know about. So you also have Jose Altuve in the outfield, and it's a situation where he's never really played this, obviously, in the outfield, and there's been some good plays he's made in spring training, and he's also in the hustle to make a great throw to the plate, to the transition of trying to catch the ball and throw it to home plate. He's missed the ball, so he's also needs to read the slice of the ball a little bit better. But this is all stuff that he's worked all spring training to do. So now it's to see what happens when the big game happens. Opening day is a big game. Clay Holmes is a good pitcher. He was the closer for the Yankees for the past few years, but he's going to be the starter for the Mets. And he had a great spring training. This is not a guy that's going to go out there and just give it up. He's going to go out there and give his best effort. So Altuve, Brett, do you see this being a season-long thing with Altuve in left field?
Yes, I do. I think if Brendan Rodgers hits the markers they want him to, if he does at the plate a decent number, because he's got incentives for every 50 games he's in there, he gets extra money, and he can actually reevaluate where he wants to be. And he can actually, I think he can ask for a release. I think he can get out of what he's in. Brendan Rodgers,
yeah, I
I
think he
believe.
can get up to $2 million.
Up to $2 million. Yeah, he can get up to $2 million. I think Altuve is in left field for the duration. Now on the road, it's probably a little different. They can probably DH him and put Alvarez out there. You got DeCenzo up. You can put DeCenzo out there. So he's not going to play every game in left field. But I think when they're at home, I think you can count on him being in left field. And yes, he's probably going to make some plays that aren't great. But the Mets come to town, and you just wonder how they're going to attack this. The hitters get real big eyes, and they see, if you put one of those heat maps on the screen where it's like, green, run on this guy, red light, don't run on this guy. They don't really have any red lights out there in the outfield. Now, Cam Smith has the best arm of the three. Chaz's arm, if he's out there, isn't like phenomenal, but it's not terrible. But yeah, I see Altuve out there. You're talking about Clay Holmes. I've got right here his record against the Astros. He has thrown 10 innings in the regular season. And I don't know if some of these are playoffs or not, but he's got 10 innings. He's only given up he's given up 10 hits. He's only given up 1 run, and he's only given up 2 walks. So he's had a lot of success versus the Astros. So I think tomorrow's game, if Framber Valdez is on, Clay Holmes is on, I think the Mets are going to ground out a lot. I think he's going to get the power hitters to pop up a lot or strike out. And Clay Holmes is going to produce a lot of swings and misses. And so it really is going to depend on which pitching group can hold the other's offense at bay, because both teams have an offense. And let me tell you, Paredes, when I saw him hit that laser home run into the Crawford boxes in person, I was like, oh my God, this dude is going to absolutely annihilate the Crawford boxes. So there'll probably be a league petition to raise the wall in left field like the Green Monster, because that's how dangerous Paredes is up at the plate.
To go back to Altuve for 1 second, I did. I don't know if you mentioned this, but Dana Brown did mention that at worst, he's going to be an average left fielder. So they're not expecting him to be a great left fielder.
Yeah, no, they're right. Yeah, go ahead.
Going back to Clay Holmes, can you guess the current Astro that actually has a home run against him?
Mauricio Dubon.
No, you just said that they've never hit a home run against him. So which current Astro? So it's not somebody that's been on.
Oh, Christian Walker.
Yeah, Christian Walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually batting 500 with a 2750 OPS. So
nice.
Chas McCormick is batting 1,000 against him. Alvarez is batting 500 against him. Granted, small sample size is only 44 at bats. Chas McCormick only 1 at bat, but it looked good. Pena is 3 at bats, is batting 333. So small sample size. You only face the closers every so often.
Right.
And typically it's with the game on the line. So if you're looking at Framber Valdez is going to be going for the Astros. And the only person that has a home run against him is Mark Vientos. He's in 3 at bats. He has a home run against him. And but otherwise, most of the other guys are batting. I think Nimmo is in 10 at bats is batting 200. You have Starling Marte in 15 at bats is batting 267. Pete Alonso in 8 at bats is batting 375 with the 819 OPS with no home runs. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I know a lot of people are bringing up Framber Valdez. The fact that he struggles sometimes. He is the ace now. He's going to go out there and hopefully give it his best effort. The Astros cannot repeat what they did last year versus the Yankees. They got to go out there. They've got to push. They got to push New York.
Yeah, exactly. Now, real quick, I want to show them. This is our lineup. Eric and I I was going to make my lineup. He was going to make his. But I was like, wait, that's the lineup I was going to pick. So this is our lineup for Locked On Astros, our projected opening day lineup. We got Jose Altuve starting off, obviously left field. Isaac Paredes at third. Yordan Alvarez, third at DH. Christian Walker in the cleanup spot at first. Yainer Diaz catching. Jeremy Pena at shortstop. Then your 7-8-9 hitter, Cam Smith in right field. Brendan Rodgers at second base, and Jake Myers in center field. And that is your projected Locked On Astros opening day lineup. I really think that it's going to be key with this lineup. If this is what they go with, Jeremy Pena's got to get on base. Jeremy Pena has been hot this spring. If Jeremy Pena, Eric, can be the hitter that he's been all this spring and get off to a hot start, then that will help Cam Smith. And if Pena's hitting, they may think about putting Cam in front of Pena, provide more protection for him if they're confident, because he's hitting that 7-hole really well. Brendan Rodgers, if he does hit, it's a plus. Jake Myers, you just hope he can turn over the lineup. I know people were so frustrated with him the other day at Daikin Park because he wasn't hitting, but you're 8. Look, go find me a team that has 1 through 9. Every single hitter is a money guy every time he gets up to the plate. You won't find it.
Yeah, so the only thing that possibly could change is Walker and Diaz. I think you can possibly switch them. I could see Diaz being a cleanup guy, but I think Walker's going to end up there.
Yeah, but Walker's your 30-plus guy for the last 3 seasons in a row. You want that guy in the cleanup spot.
Right. Guys, we're going to continue this conversation. Thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day.
Well, I'm sitting here with my bag of wonderful pistachios. Why? Because why not get crackin' if I'm snacking? Because I want a snack that packs the protein punch. Not only that, every 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein. Did you know that's 10% of your daily value? No going to the store and getting snacks that are empty calories that don't fill you up. You can get the shell on option. You can get the no shell option, whether you're snacking at your desk or on the road trip, or you're driving into Daikin Park to watch the Astros on opening day. I know for me, it's my go-to snack, and I love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch with the in-shell options for your classic favorite. No shell, wonderful pistachios is great for grab and go. Whether you're running between meetings or dropping off the kids, wonderful pistachios are the snack that works as hard as you do. So get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more.
Hey guys, thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day. Whether it's on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. Make us first listen. Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts, go and check us out. So this is the 25th anniversary of Daikin Park, Minute Maid Park, Enron Field, the ballpark at Union Station, whatever you want to call it. It's been 25 years since it's been opened up. And so they're going to do a big celebration tomorrow. Larry Durker is going to throw the first pitch. I think Jose Cruz is going to do the let's play ball or do something like that. The Astros are also going to reveal the new train. So there's been a lot of kind of hints being thrown out from people that has nothing to do with Daikin, and it's going to be based off the fans of Houston and the city of Houston in general. So for everybody thinking it's going to be air conditioning or ice cubes or anything like that, it's possibly not going to be that. So Brett, I'll go and get your opinion, but I think I have a fairly good idea what it's going to be.
You mean what's going to be in the back of the train, or what the train's? Well, we know the train's sponsored by Phillips 66. That's the title sponsor. Bobby Dynamite put something out, and he's saying the caption was, "I just checked out my new whip." I love Bobby Dynamite. He's so funny. Harken back to the day we had him on Locked On Astros. Y'all got to find that interview. That was a while back, Eric. Was it like 2-3 seasons ago? Right. He's got some great stories. We'll have to see if we can repost that on social media. I think it's going to be baseballs. I mean, I know that sounds boring, but I don't think it's not going to be air conditioners. That would be really stupid because nobody hauls air conditioners in the back of a train. Now, either nobody really hauls oranges in the back of a train either. So that's a good counterpoint there in my mind. But I don't think it's going to be ice cubes. I think it's going to be baseballs, and maybe the baseballs are painted a certain color. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have the flag of Houston, which got like I think there's like a white or a yellow star for the city of Houston, some sort of symbol there. It would be neat to have the skyline on the back of the train. That would be cool with kind of a sunrise behind it. But I mean, if they're really going with H-Town, I mean, they might as well put some like hydraulics on it. Maybe get the spoke rims. You know, you can have it bouncing down the train track and like tipping on 4.4s. I'm just saying, maybe Bun B is a engineer of the train. Look, I mean, look, man, I've got right here the right here. Look, man, got the slab city going. So I don't know, man. It's supposed to be Houston, Texas. The guess is all there. And after you tell me what you want, I want to put a question up here from a fan, see what you think.
I think that's a pretty good idea. I think there's gonna be something like maybe even be somebody on the train or something like that on the actual train. But I think they're gonna leave the baseballs, aka the oranges, on there. But there could be baseballs, like you said. But I think that you're gonna see a little bit of a taste of all the logos of all the Astros in the past. So all the different logos you're gonna see possibly. Maybe like some of the NASA, maybe some of the stuff that makes make Houston. So on some of the, like some logos on the baseballs.
Maybe it'd be like pictures of us, cutouts of Brett and Eric locked on Astros. You know?
Yeah, they're not doing the cardboard cutouts anymore at Minute Park or Duncan Park like they did during COVID.
I have my son's cardboard cutout that the realtor that sold me this house gave to Sammy, and Sammy hated it. You could tell the picture he took for it. He was not happy about it. And it's in my closet. And whenever he makes me mad, I pull the car. I'm like, don't make me get the cutout out. He's like, put that away, Dad. He hates it. Someone was asking me earlier. Someone asked us earlier, who do you think hits the first home run? Who are you going to say, Eric? Who hits the first home run for the Houston Astros? We don't care about the Mets.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Altuve. I just think that Altuve will probably, if it's not a leadoff home run, I think it's going to be him. I just think that it would be after all the stuff, the drama, maybe not drama, but just all the effort he went through during spring training. I think it would be just a good way to get the season started by hitting a home run.
Okay, so I'm thinking through the lineup, and I know Yordan Alvarez is a sexy pick. I know Cam Smith, because he's a rookie, is a great pick. Who wants to go with Christian Walker? The way Isaac Paredes was punishing that baseball the other day, I think Paredes hits the first home run for the Houston Astros in 2025. I think he hits an absolute laser into the Crawford boxes. That's going to be my pick.
Well, if you look at history, Christian Walker has a home run, so he but it's a small sample size, only 2 bats. So it's anybody's ball game. But Clay Holmes, this is his first actual start as a starter in the big league. So we'll see. As far as I know, at least I know that he's been in the bullpen for the majority of part. But when the Mets signed him, they signed him as a starter. We've seen a whole bunch of starters in the past few years. Bullpen guys transition to the rotation. So I think Clay Holmes is going to be a good piece for them, but that shows how their rotation is at this point. So I think this is not the Yankees. This is a team, the rotation is not the Yankees, and the Yankees rotation is not the Yankees rotation.
I'm about to say Yankees rotation is,
well, they're just still good, but they're just missing Garrett Cole. So
they're missing Garrett Cole, yeah.
And Hill as well, because he's out with injury.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're missing 2 big pieces, but I think the Astros should get off to a better start. And all I'm asking for in 2025 is to just be more consistent. Yes, that was a great streak to get to playoffs last year, but I don't want to say they they ran out of energy. They just, the luck finally ran out, but they need to just be consistent and just ride a streak and just play the whole season.
You know, this is what I want. I want a World Series. I don't even want to play the Dodgers. I kind of like Ben Verlander's World Series pick. I don't like the winner he picked, but he picked the Braves and the Astros. I was like, what? Everybody's got the Astros not winning the West. Forget that. We are winning the West. Number one, because karma is a you know what. And so we are winning the West. And I am going to have to see what the rules are on my predictions, because I think I'm changing my AL East prediction I think my division winner for the AL East is going to be Boston. I don't know if you saw the news today.
Mm-hmm.
They announced that Alex Bregman's playing third and Rafi Devers is going to be DH. Remember when they asked him, are you going to play DH? He's like, no, I'm a third baseman. No, like, and they were like, hey, Devers, you know what? You're going to be a DH. So if Bregman's at third, that's his position. I think he's going to absolutely mash at Fenway Park. And I'm switching my AL East prediction of the Orioles winning to the Red Sox. But I'm staying with the Royals. So I'm going Royals, Red Sox, Astros, and I'm going Astros, Red Sox World Series. Imagine the fireworks. Imagine when Bregman comes up to the plate in the ALCS at Daikin Park. The boos for Bregman because people are going to boo him. They're not going to cheer for him. You're wearing the Red Sox uniform. We had all the love for you, Bregman. We even wore the Astros jerseys that was purple and yellow like the Tigers, okay? But Bregman, you are now the enemy. Kyle Tucker, when you come, we'll give you a little tribute video. Actually, it'll be a big tribute video. It won't be an Abraham Toro tribute video. Did you hear about Tyler Ivey? Tyler Ivey is making a comeback. They announced that he is going to be a part of the rotation for the Sugarland Space Cowboys. Tyler Ivey, the guy that went out, left baseball in 2022. Remember, he pitched in Arlington, and his dad was there, and his dad made all these, pictures on TV because he was going crazy. He's back in baseball, and he was announced as one of their starters today. I just saw the press release from the Sugarland Space Cowboys. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know that he pitched in one of the games at Daikin Park over the past few days. So congratulations. That's a good story. You always like those comeback stories.
Oh, yeah.
And so I know that DeZenzo, a lot of people want to know where DeZenzo is going to play. This is going to be a rotation. So you have Dubon. Dubon is going to be playing a lot of center field. He's going to be playing some second base, but you're going to have DeZenzo. He's going to play. He's not going to be an everyday guy, but he's going to be a almost everyday guy. They're going to want to get him in the lineup as much as possible. If not, they're going to get him some pinch hits or something, but he's going to play some first base. You're going to see him play some third base, some DH. You're going to see him in the right field. You're going to see him in left field. DeZenzo is going to be playing around the diamond. So whatever position Dubon's not going to be playing, you're going to see DeZenzo out there. But I was so happy to see them both playing. I still think the optimal lineup is Altuve back at second base. But what the Red Sox are doing and what the Astros are doing is they're recognizing that infield defense is what's important, especially when you have ground ball pitchers like Hunter Brown and Framber Valdez. You got to put the good defenders in there. And if you look at it, you have former Gold Glove winners at first, second, and then shortstop. And Paredes is the only one at third base that doesn't have a Gold Glove.
So check this out. I just found this because someone mentioned it. This was Ivey's line last night. 3.2 innings pitched. I believe 5 hits. He had 5 strikeouts, 1 run. I mean, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He was killing it. And I didn't see it because it wasn't on TV. Thanks, Space City Home Network, for not televising it, which I don't understand that. But Astros win the West, Eric. And we win the West because why? We're the best.
Well, I just hope that they do that. And this is a weird thing where you only have 3 games. All 3 games versus the Mets are on a different network. So it's just a weird situation this weekend. But you have
Apple TV one night. Are they on Apple TV one night?
Apple TV one night, and I believe it's
Fox.
It's I forgot what the other night is.
So we'll have to look. We will post the TV games. Y'all can probably look up. Y'all smart people, but we'll
think it is Fox.
Oh, do not forget, sign up for the game, May 24th. Here's the link. This is not the link. The link is on the community tab. Okay. Remember, buying a ticket does not guarantee you a bobblehead. Okay. But if you want to meet Mama Wheelhouse, she's coming with me. You get to meet her. She'll be there in person. So make sure you get your tickets. We still got plenty of tickets left. So go get them 2 weeks before the game. The start of May, they're going to shut that down. We want you to sit with us. We got 40 plus tickets. Come hang out with us May 24th. $45, not a bad price.
All right, guys, that's all we got for this edition of Locked On Astros podcast. We'll come back tomorrow and talk about hopefully a opening day victory for the Houston Astros over the Mets. Hopefully Framber Valdez went out and dealt. Hopefully Cam Smith got his first hit, and the outfield looked decent. So we'll go ahead and continue this conversation next. Thank you for making Locked On Astros podcast your first listen every day, whether it's on YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe to us, make us first listen on Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Go and check us out. And Brett, what do we always say?
Go Stros. What? I said go Stros.
You paused.
I did not pause. The StreamYard paused me. I didn't pause.